Hello. So my mother have an old notebook from Dell, and it's my brother's old notebook, and I think it's from 2009 or something like that, around there. And it's running Windows 7 at the moment. And Windows 7 is soon going to be what Microsoft call end of life, which means that it will no longer have support. Microsoft won't support it anymore, which means no more security updates or updates at all. So, and her computer also feels very slow. It doesn't have any SSD or anything. It's a mechanical hard drive, and because the computer is old, it's never been reinstalled or anything. So it's the default installation. And all the antivirus software and stuff make it really slow. So if she turns on the computer, she can basically go and have a coffee break for 5 minutes, and then she can come back and start using it. So instead of Windows 7, I thought I would actually just replace the hard drive and try out Linux on it instead. It's a bit more secure than Windows. And my mother right now is complaining a lot with a lot of pop-up windows. You know, she's not really a tech person, so she gets worried, oh, all these windows are popping up, stuff like that. And I ask her, what does it say? Well, it says antivirus and updates and whatnot. And I don't want to push it if I break it or something. I don't want to click anything. So she's scared to click anything, and she's scared of getting viruses and stuff. So I thought, well, what the hell? The computer is slow, and not antivirus and stuff. So I thought, well, why not Linux? And I was thinking of what she actually doing with her computer. And for the most part, she actually just check her mail, her Gmail, and Facebook and Google Photo and stuff like that. And that's she's doing that with her web browser, with Chrome. And yeah, Chrome is for Linux as well. Sometimes she listens to Spotify. Spotify works in Linux. Same thing with Skype. So this is actually Ubuntu GNOME. And why I have Ubuntu GNOME is because I liked it a lot better. I like GNOME better than Unity for the layout and the font and stuff. This is Ubuntu GNOME 17.04 at the moment. And I basically installed just a couple of software, Google Chrome. I also installed Nemo instead of the regular Nautilus, because Nemo is better, I think. And I also installed Skype and Spotify. Also this VNC server for remote access, so that I can help her. But that's basically what I installed separately. Yeah, VLC player as well. And I know everything here is in Swedish right now, because me and my mother live in Sweden. I'm born here, and she wants everything in Swedish. But otherwise, you have the LibreOffice, so she can check Word or Word documents and stuff. And it has built-in support for PDF and whatever. You don't need the Adobe Acrobat Reader or anything. So yeah, very basic stuff. And yeah, Spotify works. Also Skype. But the thing is, I actually went to the Ubuntu GNOME website, and I clicked on the the download section here, So it was Ubuntu GNOME 17.04. So I thought, well, regular Ubuntu is out, the 17.10 version of Ubuntu. I know it will take a little bit, a couple of weeks for Ubuntu GNOME to update to 17.10, so I thought, well, I'll just go to the release dates here. Ubuntu GNOME release and what's next. And over here it basically says that the regular Ubuntu from Ubuntu 18.04 LTS will include GNOME instead of Unity. And this upgrade should happen with release 17.10 basically. So Ubuntu 17.10 will have the GNOME shell pre-installed. And it also says here, as a result of this decision, there will no longer be a separate GNOME flavor of Ubuntu. Okay. So 17.04 of Ubuntu GNOME will be kind of the last version of Ubuntu GNOME. So there will be no more updates for Ubuntu GNOME. Kind of annoying when I have tested this a lot. So what I did was actually go and download regular Ubuntu and the latest one, the 17.10, which have Ubuntu GNOME installed. So this is actually Ubuntu, regular Ubuntu. And it looks a bit different. If I go into, I know it's Swedish. So details here, you can see it's Ubuntu 17.10. And and you can see that it looks a bit different, and that's because I don't like the default gray kind of stuff, the bars and stuff with Ubuntu. I don't like the fonts either, regular Ubuntu. So what I did was a little bit of a hack, and what I did here was go into the file system basically, and in the user share, and over here I actually went to the, let's see, the themes, and I copied this, and especially this Advaita, kind of weird name, but the themes and icons, and also the fonts called Cantorel, and that's what I installed here on regular Ubuntu. So now I got that, and you can see that the dock here looks a bit different. Also the top bar, as you see, it's a bit transparent, and it's not really transparent in regular GNOME. So on Ubuntu there is a very customized version of GNOME. Also you can see the difference if we go to the settings here. Looks a bit different. Here's the regular GNOME with the icons and stuff. Nope, no more. So here you have, for example, the dock down here. You can't really do much with it, just change the size of the icons, and also the placement, like left, bottom, and right. And normally this program bar is to the right, and you can't really change that. So how did I change it? Well, there is a thing called extension in GNOME. There's extensions that you can install, but there's no extension here, or extensions at all. So what you need to do is to go to the software and search for tweak. And normally you have this Unity tweak tool, but this is Ubuntu 17.10, so it doesn't have Unity anymore. So you're not going to install this. It won't work. Well, it might work, but you can't do anything. So what you need is this GNOME tweak tool instead. I know it's in Swedish here, and you can see I got it installed already. And if you search for tweak tool, so this is the tweak, and right up here you have, normally it's in English, it's right up here, extensions, but it's Swedish, so extensions. And here you can install a bunch more extensions, and that's what I did here to dash to dock. But the thing is, I couldn't really install it in the beginning, because when I search for dash to dock, you know, dash to dock GNOME shell extension, I didn't have this on and off stuff here. I got a warning saying that the Chrome shell extension wasn't running, and I need to install it. And there was a link to the documentation where I can actually, I selected the Ubuntu Linux, and I got a command. And let's see if I got that still here. Yeah, this was the command that you need to do in terminal. Install the Chrome GNOME shell. And after I installed that, I actually got this dash to dock. I can install it actually. And if I go into tweak tools and extension, you see the dash to dock, and I just activated it, and you get this cogwheel. It's the settings for it. So now I can do a lot more with the I can actually get this up for you. For example, this is the settings, the dock. So you see I basically can't do really anything, and I can just place it to the left, bottom, or right. So nothing there, but over here I can place it to the left, bottom. I can also place it at the top if I want to, or right. And there's a lot more I can do here. I also normally it looks like this, the dock, but I want it to extend to entire width of the monitor. And also fixed icon size as well over here. Roll to reveal other icons. So if there's a bunch of icons here, more than the width here, it will be extending. Launchers, and as I said before, by default this program icon here, the dots are on the right side, and you can't change that by default. So that's why you need this dash to dock. So over here it normally looks like this, and you can't change that in the settings, but in the dash to dock you can actually. It says move program button to the beginning of the dock. Perfect. So if you have it like normally to the left, and normally it looks like this by default, so it's at the bottom, but Ubuntu people are kind of used to have the have it at the top. So that's why you can actually just have it like that, and now it's at the top again. So I want it at the bottom. Also some behaviors. Also this dock is also transparent by default, but now it's a fixed color. I like that better actually. And you can have it like use the built-in theme if you want to. So yeah, that's what I did, and everything seems to be working pretty good at the moment. You know, Chrome works, Spotify works, Skype works. It's a very simple layout as well. It's easy for my mom to just go to documents over here, or the pictures, wallpapers. Yeah. So everything is like built in for video and pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I will actually run or try at least install Ubuntu 17.10 on my mother's computer, and I will have it on a different hard drive because I don't want to sort of destroy her Windows installation. So if she doesn't like Ubuntu here, I can just swap the hard drive and she can go back to normal again. I don't want a dual boot or anything because that will mess up the Windows bootloader too much. So I just want her to try it out a little bit because it's very easy to use the default settings, because she's not a power user as I am. She mostly uses her web browser, use Spotify now and then, and it's a Dell computer as well, and Dell have quite a good hardware support for Linux, or most of the hardware actually works in Linux by default. For example, the keyboard, there are special audio buttons for the volume control and stuff on the keyboard, so that should work by default. So yeah, Ubuntu 17.10 seems to be working pretty good actually. And the thing I was actually worried about was this tweak tool, that you can actually have some extension, especially dash to dock. So yeah, up here is still, I think I can actually change this. Let's see, tweak to, yeah, I'm used to English, but over here, window, system row, yeah, over here, date. I also want the date and also seconds. And in the calendar, I want the week number as well. And program menu. Oh, it's like that. Ah, okay. Demands a restart. Well, and now you have seconds, and I like the 24-hour clock as well. So now you got week numbers here as well. You can see today's date. And here are the notifications and stuff. And if you connect your Google account with Ubuntu, your calendar and stuff will show up here. The meetings and stuff, also notifications from that. If you got a new mail in Gmail, it will show up here. Yeah. So that's that. So I think I will actually go with Ubuntu, regular Ubuntu 17.10 on my mom's desktop, and see how she likes it, if it works out, and see if she got some performance boost as well on the computer. So yeah, see you later.